Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am answering a question that I received this past week, which is what happens if you were to discard the narcissist in the devaluation phase. So just a quick recap of what's going on here. There's a few different stages of narcissistic abuse. The first is love bombing. The second is devaluation. The third is discarding. And the fourth is hoovering. So this is a cycle. So it keeps repeating itself. Each narcissist, depending on their needs and depending on what their ultimate goals are going to have different timelines for each of these phases of this cycle. And I often tell my clients, if you can go no contact, then just go no contact whenever. But if you need, if there's a reason that you're waiting for going no contact or for leaving the narcissist in general, then wait until there's the devaluation phase. And the reason that I say this is because oftentimes during this phase, the narcissist is going to be much more overtly cruel, and you're going to have enough evidence, which is usually what people are waiting for, enough evidence to take to court or to take to law enforcement or some kind of thing in order to leave the narcissist. A lot of people need to have that in order to go because there's children involved or there's property of value involved. And so I totally get that. So what happens if you leave if you discard the narcissist during the devaluation phase? By the way, all of those cycles that I just listed before, the phases of the cycle, are according to the narcissist behavior. So love bombing will describe the narcissist behavior. The devaluing phase will speak to the narcissist behavior. The discard phase, again, narcissist behavior. So if you discard the narcissist during the devaluation phase, I want you to know, first of all, the thing that ultimately will happen is that you get out of a toxic relationship faster than you would than if you waited until the devaluation phase. And ultimately that's the goal, and that's the major consequence that you're going to be facing. I know everybody wants to know, what is a narcissist going to do? But I think there's such a focus on what the narcissist is going to do that it prevents people from learning how to think and act for themselves. It keeps victims in a victim mindset. It doesn't allow you to become a victor of this situation. And that's one of the main reasons that I want to start off by focusing on how you will feel. I think at first leaving the narcissist is going to feel uncomfortable because you've grown a certain pattern of habits with the narcissist, and breaking habits of any kind is always uncomfortable. But in the long run, you're going to see how strong you were and how you, in that one moment, you really did take a stand and took back your power that you had given over to the narcissist for so long. So ultimately, I think that's what you're going to get. How will the narcissist behave if you discard them? And especially during the devaluation phase. So again, it's really hard to predict how somebody is going to behave, right? The human factor in any given situation can never be absolute. But so it depends on the type of narcissist that you're dealing with. It depends on what that narcissist's ultimate goals are. Sometimes narcissists can feel like rejection. Strong sense of rejection when you leave them during the discard phase. They might react initially by saying, okay, good, I don't want you anyway, I want to end this relationship, whatever, any kind of thing like that. And it might make it seem like they don't care and they want to go along with it. If you're the one to initiate the discard phase, if you're the one to initiate leaving the relationship. The narcissist also may feel that they have a way to increase the timeline of the cycle a little more. So instead of waiting for so long to do the hoovering stage and then to do the love bombing stage, they might just skip right back into love bombing. Apologies, like I was so wrong. I shouldn't have never said that. That's not how I truly feel. I love you. I want to be with you. All of those kinds of things are normal responses again, depending on the narcissist, if you leave them during the devaluation phase. I think ultimately you need to look at why you're doing what you're doing, because sometimes people think, okay, I'm going to leave the narcissist. That will hurt the narcissist. Then they'll be forced to come back to me. They'll see what a great person I was, what a great fit we were together. And this will change the whole trajectory of our relationship when they come back the next time. And I've talked a lot about how when you have people who have been around narcissists for a while, and this can be in a romantic relationship, this can be being raised by narcissists, it doesn't matter. When you find people that have been around them for a while, they will have strong codependent tendencies, and these sometimes mimic narcissistic tendencies. So in this case, if the reason that you are trying to discard the narcissist first is to try to trigger this person to recognizing what a great person you are, what a great fit you guys are together, all of this kind of stuff, and make that person come back to you, you got to recognize that that's manipulation. That is trying to do the same thing that the narcissist is doing to you, which is obviously trying to make you capitulate to whatever demands and crazy increases of control that they want to have over you during the devaluation phase. You're trying to do that exact same thing, but opposite with the narcissist. So you're trying to use the same tactics for a different outcome, but nonetheless, you're using the same tactics. You have something in common with the narcissist when you do this. And part of the reason that you attract a narcissist is because you attract what you are. And I've talked about this before. I understand that this can be a difficult concept for people to get behind, and nobody really wants to admit that there's something of the narcissist that you have in common with them, right? That there's something of them inside of you. Nobody really wants to say that. So I totally understand the hesitancy to admit to that, but I hope that this one example will kind of give you more of an insight into what it looks like when you use the same thing that the narcissist would do. And again, you're trying to use it against the narcissist, which I've talked about this before. A narcissist you'll never beat them at that type of game, because they are ever perfecting their craft, and they are getting better and better. They are learning how you specifically behave. They are learning your specific buttons. They are learning the way that you specifically respond. And so the idea that you could now just like try to use something that the narcissist has perfected against the narcissist is laughable. And it's going to cause more damage, which is always why, again, I say to go no contact, because a lot of times people want to like shut the door on the narcissist, but not all of the way. They just want to have a little crack of the door open just to kind of see, like, I don't know, they might say something new. They might say something true. They might, have a change of heart or whatever. And it never happens that way. All that you do is leave space to hurt your own self. You are doing this to yourself by putting hope in the fact that the narcissist might change, or that this time is going to be different. And so again, instead of trying to focus on what the narcissist is doing, I started off by telling you in this video what you're going to get, which is you're going to get the start of a new life. You're going to get the start of entering into a peaceful life instead of one of chaos. You're going to regain control that you had given away to the narcissist. You're going to start having a much clearer vision, a much clearer picture for your life and what you want it to look like, you're going to start setting a better example for your children or, you know, who's ever around you in your life who looks up to you. You're going to start taking back control over your life. And that's ultimately what happens when you discard a narcissist in the devaluation phase. And that's the most important focus that you should have during this whole time. You can't control what another person does, but you have complete control over your own decisions and your own actions, your own thoughts. And this is the start of making that a behavior, a habit in your life, regardless of if you're dealing with a narcissist or not. So you guys, I hope this video has helped you. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.